We'll start the show, ladies and gentlemen. We are back for another episode of Just Throwing It Out There. My name is Sharice, and joining me today are my lovely co-hosts, Danny, Melissa, and Talia. Everybody, welcome to the show. Thank you so
Hi.
much for being here. How's everybody?
Fantastic.
Good.
Good.
Awesome sauce.
I'm
Awesome.
here.
I have just before we get started and move into the other elements of the show, I have on my cool shirt,
It's not a cool shirt.
my cool outfit, because I'm ready. I'm ready for these streets. I'm ready. I got my
Your
fatigues
your
on,
shirt
my
says
hoodie,
otherwise. Your shirt
my
says otherwise.
Oh, she
boots.
bought the
You have a
Tims.
whole outfit.
I bought
Okay.
everything out.
She has a
Okay.
I'm
whole,
ready.
but
Except,
Wow.
the wording says differently.
yes, because when I go out in the streets, though, it's about love.
It's all about
You're
the
confusing people. You're confusing people.
No, I'm an
I like
army.
it.
I'm in the army of
I like
love.
Sharice,
it a
I
lot.
In
love
the
it.
army of love.
I need one.
I like
There
it a
you
lot.
go. Okay. We're putting it out in the universe.
I like it a lot.
All right. Well, we got some stuff in store for you today. It's going to be another classic episode. And who wants to take over from here?
I'll take it from here. Let me
All right.
introduce what we're going to do today.
Mhm.
So, today we're going to have a little more fun. We are going to play a game. The name of the game is Best Self. Sharice has it over there. Sharice, can you show everybody what it looks like? So, this is a game and it is full of questions. Okay,
Uh.
questions. They come in many different categories. We have categories such as your beliefs, dreams, experiences, things like that. We looked through and we decided that we are going to pull questions from three categories and we are all going to give our answers. We do not know what the questions are going to be.
Nope.
They are going to be
Are we
pulled
pleading
as
the-
we go.
Are we gonna be one plead the fifth? Are we allowed to plead the fifth on anything? Or are we just gonna answer?
We're going to see what happens.
Let's see
Is
what
that
happens.
an option?
Let's
There's
see what
always an
happens.
option.
You know
It's
how I
always an
feel about
option.
pleading the fifth.
Oh,
You say
Lord.
more by pleading the
Oh,
fifth.
thank
Sharice has her opinions
Oh,
about pleading the fifth. We'll see
no.
what happens. We had a whole discussion about an imaginary person and pleading the fifth the other day. So we will see what happens. So we are going to pull from three categories. The first one will be life lessons,
Yep.
Okay.
then would you rather, and we're going to wrap it up with random. So we have no idea what's going to come out of that. All right.
Mm.
I like
I
the would
think-
you rather
I'm already
questions
pleading
because
the
I
fifth.
feel like they
I'm
place
already
you into
pleading
a
the
box.
I know, because you know it's not more
Questionable
than likely
boxes.
you're not going to want either one.
Right. And I feel like I'm so much of a gray, like my life is the gray
It's
area.
gray. I
so when
live
you're
in
like-
gray.
Pick
But
one.
that's what's
That
so
gives
great
me the
about
most trouble.
verses.
I like living in the gray area. You know.
Are we gonna play
I feel
versus?
comfortable.
Are we
We're
playing
gonna
versus?
do it at the.
We're going to do it at
we're gonna
the
do it
end.
at the end.
Okay, because I get excited about verses every time. Like
I'm
the
excited
only
about
reason why I'm coming here every time is to play verses. Like that's the sole
Okay.
reason why I'm here.
Oh my
The excitement, the anxiety, the knots in my stomach, and I come here for it every single time.
Well, this week it's all Meli, right?
I'm so
Yes.
excited,
And it makes me
and
even
it's gonna
more
be the right titles of the songs because
I
I question mark.
Great.
hope they're
We'll
heavy
see.
hitters.
We'll see.
No lightweight questions.
We hope.
I need you to make me feel uncomfortable.
All right, I got you. This is probably the most uncomfortable all of y'all are gonna feel.
Really?
Wow.
Oh, I can't wait to get there now.
Wow.
It's like that.
I
Okay.
can't wait.
That made me a little nervous.
Little
right, y'all wanna
indigenous
start with the
warrior over
questions?
there.
I'm gonna get me a shirt that says Indigenous Warrior.
I have rights to the land. That's what
So
on the
glad I'm
back.
wearing my cool outfit.
On the back. Indigenous warrior. Whoever makes t-shirts, y'all better write this down. Indigenous warrior, and then claiming my rights to the land. I've
Mhm.
put
On
it
the
out. When
back?
someone make it, I'll buy it.
I
Yep.
like that.
Yep.
Mhm.
Claiming my rights
Claiming
to the
my rights
land.
to the land. Okay.
And then
Gotta get that made, Melly.
I'm gonna actually put the little island of Puerto Rico on the back.
that's right.
That I'm claiming that because that's where my land would
Or
be.
you could just put one of them stamps like this my land, bitch. No, don't do that. I'm just saying. But boom, right? Put a stamp on it. I don't know. I'm just
Like,
saying.
this is what I own. It's mine now.
Best self game.
Yes,
Best
let's do it.
Yes, let's
Are
go.
we ready? First category is life lessons.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
All right, I'm going in the deck.
I'm already uncomfortable.
I'm pulling out a card.
I've learned a lot of lessons.
already
Boom, boom,
anxious.
boom. Okay.
Mm,
If you could only leave your children one life lesson, what would it be?
Hmm.
I'll let the parents answer first.
No, don't let the
I don't
Don't put
have
that pressure
these
on us.
phantom children that I have.
We already know about the phantom people in your life.
The phantom.
We don't talk about that.
We don't talk about
I don't want to talk about that. But go, I'm gonna
the
put it.
answer though.
I'm gonna put it on you guys first. Go on, Talia or Danny.
That's,
The ones with
this
actual
is not
children.
a
Life lessons.
It's
So,
hard.
easy.
so
It could only
like,
be one. If you could only give them
If
one,
you
that's
could
what it says.
only leave your child one life lesson, what would it be? Or maybe the people with kids should go first because it's not that serious.
That's what I said. I said I gotta.
Without kids, you mean?
I
right,
mean,
Sharice?
the without kids because it's
Mhm.
not that serious. Like it's not. There's not that much. They're putting a lot of thought into it. Like,
'Cause now you got me thinking, what do I want to
have an
leave my
answer,
kids?
Sharice?
I have an answer.
Oh,
Yeah.
go ahead then.
My answer would be is the one life lesson would be try to figure out what your voice is as quickly and as humanly possible,
That's
and
good.
try to be the most you that you can be as quickly as possible and get used to it as quickly as possible.
That is an excellent life lesson. I have one too. I guess maybe it is easier if you don't have children.
Right.
yeah.
Because I do have one.
Okay.
But Sharice, that's a very good answer. I like that a lot.
Yeah. Thank you.
I think my life lesson would be not to be afraid to take risks. Like, don't be afraid of taking risks. I think that
Goes along with what I was getting ready to say. Go ahead.
I just feel like, growing up, there's these expectations that you put on yourself. There's these expectations that other people put on you. And that kind of helps you, or they're trying to help you, or you're trying to figure out your way. And sometimes that may not have been your way, but you just went that way because of what other people were saying and your own fears. So just don't be afraid of taking risks.
Boom. Love
Mine.
it. Moms.
I was going to say, don't be afraid of making mistakes and getting to where you want to go. But that kind of goes along with what Melly just said. Like, just whatever you're going to do, if you know what you want, also kind of goes to what Sharice said, figuring out your purpose. So once you know what you want to do, don't be afraid about making mistakes to get there, because you learn from them, right?
You learn
There's no
more from your
mistake.
mistakes.
Yeah.
Somebody's at the door. There's no mistake that I've made that I didn't learn something from. If it doesn't, if it doesn't teach you that you should keep going that way, then it maybe teaches you how to do something differently, or maybe to move in another direction to still get to where you want to go.
Yeah.
I
Good
agree.
stuff.
Yep.
I guess for me, it's more about, and we had this type of conversation off mic, in terms of boundaries, and to make sure that you are maintaining and checking your boundaries every step along the way in life. Because as you grow, as your life changes, your boundaries are going to need to be redefined. So like if I think about my life, like growing up, right, as a teen, right, boundaries, a lot of encroachments of boundaries that happens, both in the physical and the emotional space. So try to figure out like how far, know for yourself how far you're willing to allow others into your physical and emotional space, and protect your boundaries. And then all through life. I mean, we were just having this other conversation off mic about people with kids, right? And your kids, you love them, but it's very easy to lose yourself in that whole parenting paradigm and forget who you are. If you're married, if you're in a committed relationship, it's very easy for you to lose who you are.
Very
Dealing
easy.
with, yeah, and before you know it, you wake up and you're like, oh my gosh, where am I and who am I?
Who am I?
And you
Am
forget
I?
who
What do
you
I
are.
What
like?
am I
What do I
doing?
like to do?
Yeah.
What do
Here.
I like to eat?
Right.
Where do
And
I like to go?
Where?
What
Why am I
music
even
do I
here?
listen to? When do I get up in the morning? It's terrible.
it's awful. And it's so
Well, very
easy.
accurate.
Bad.
It's so easy to lose yourself, and it's every step of the way. Like, I have friends and relatives who are dealing with like aging parents, right? And this whole caretaker role that most of us, if we're being honest with ourselves, are gonna have to play in some at some point in our lives. And so you throw yourself into these caretaking roles, these, taking care of others, and you lose your that whole boundary. Those spaces become blurry, and you get lost.
And you
So
forget
It's
too,
very
it was like,
easy.
it's also like you forget, like, as you're getting older, your parents are getting older. And that it's like, oh, I'm getting older. And then look at my parents and I'm like, damn, they're aging with me. Like, and it's a scary thing, I think, for me
yeah,
to think of them older, but it's the reality. It's the reality of what's gonna happen.
yeah.
All right.
Life lessons.
Life
Mm.
lessons.
Life
What's
lessons. Life
Good.
lessons is a
what's the
deep
other category that we're
subject.
heading into?
The next one was would you rather?
Oh, a would you rather. Okay, hold on. A would you
Would
rather.
you
What would you
rather?
rather?
A would you rather is, so these colors don't match up apparently. Okay. All right. Mm.
Uh-oh.
Oh
Oh
God.
no, I don't want that. Put that card back.
What does that sound mean?
The sound effects me making me nervous.
Would you rather date someone you love or date someone who loves you?
Oh,
And it could only be one or the
I
other.
have the
Oh,
answer. I have an answer already. Like, this is easy. I
go.
would rather date someone that loves me because here's the reason why. Because um, I've been in relationships where they've been unbalanced, and I feel like I'm the person who is producing all of the love and um,
Mm.
doing all the things. It would be nice to
For it to be reciprocated.
to be. It wouldn't be fair. Where
But you
it
can
wouldn't
only
be
pick
fair.
one, right?
But if I only have to pick one, I'd rather be loved. And because I'm all on this like self-love journey, hence the shirt,
Mm-hmm.
love.
Mm-hmm.
It really, self-love is like literally the best love. And so if we could add someone to the mix that just loved me, I'd be fine with it.
right, right.
I mean, when you put it like
I
that,
know, right?
Thought about these things.
it may
Right, right.
you've had a lot of time to think about these
I'm
things,
healing. I'm
especially
on a
given
healing
the
journey
current
right
state
now.
of the world. But
I'm
I
recovering.
may have to agree with Sharice.
I know with the way she laid it out.
I may have to agree with you. Listen. I've been on the other
I'm
end,
not putting out
given,
all I'm not putting out
given, and
everything.
given. It's nice for it to be reciprocated. So, if I had to pick between the two, just love me.
Mm.
I ain't loving on nobody anymore.
But see,
That is so hard. I feel like
You only
because
can pick one.
if I don't love them, I
Love
don't want
on
to be
me.
there.
I'm
So that's a
tired.
very
Love on
difficult
me.
question.
That's
If
it.
I don't love them, I don't want to be there. So
But
how
they
does
love you, so you might
like,
want to be there because of the love that they give you.
oh
the
this is so
the
hard.
control freak in me wants to be with someone who I love. Because that is something that I can control. And I can control how I love you. I can control how that love is expressed. I feel sometimes to me, like, love can also, like, that person who just loves you, which is great if but they control that, and it can be overbearing sometimes for me. Like, I talked about boundaries in the last question. Like, I just
Too
feel like
much love.
it's too much, right? It's too
I've never experienced
I've
that.
never
like
had
like in
Me.
remember Martin did the stands up and he's like, what don't you have something to do, what is it now, like that.
Yeah.
That would be me. Like I want my space and time, and that way I can love you. I can, like, the love language is mine, and we adapt to that, as opposed to, because it just says they love you, and they may love you in a way that's
You
like,
don't want to be loved.
no, thank you. I don't need that.
Let's assume it's healthy.
I don't want to assume. That's not what the question says. And so I'm
But I
assuming
feel like there's a certain
I'm
level of
assuming that I have
assumption.
no control over it.
Yeah.
Because the other way it doesn't seem healthy to me either.
I don't
Why?
think neither way is healthy.
No,
Because-
neither
because
way
you're
is healthy.
loving-
I don't think neither way is
Yeah.
healthy.
Neither way is healthy. But if I had to choose, I still think I got to go with Meli and Sharice on that one.
Yeah.
It's both. Listen. There's great arguments on both sides,
Mhm.
but
It's
none of
fine
it is
to be on both
ideal.
sides.
Yeah.
But if I had to choose,
I'll give you an example. The dogs, right? They love Keyshawn, right? And it was Night or Scarlet brought him a dead mouse, right? As a gift. They love you. And it's like, thanks, right? But
But-
I don't want your dead mouse.
But here's the thing: you bring up dogs, but I feel like that's a perfect thing to bring up, because it doesn't matter how shitty you treat a dog, they will love you forever. You come home and that dog is so happy to see you, and it makes you feel good. Like, it genuinely, like, the studies have been done. Like,
I want to feel
the
good.
animals make you, like, dogs make you feel good. They release the pheromones. You're all happy. You happy to see them. I feel like that's exactly. I want to get home and I want the person to love me like that dog is happy. Like, that dog is hella happy to see you come home. And it's okay
Like
if
they
you want to
never
bring
seen
me a
you
dead
before.
mouse, because you.
I don't want it. I don't
I
want
get
it.
it.
You did it
Listen.
for love.
You're doing it for love.
If they ask you why
think
we
that's
did
a
it.
perfect analogy. If a person is gonna love me the way Gypsy loves me, well, Gypsy be having her moves. Let me go. If a person's gonna love me the way Junior used to love me, I'm okay with that.
There you go.
Gypsy, she's hit or miss. I think it's
All right.
because she's a girl dog, but whatever. We won't get it.
Let's hit up the questions. What's up? What's the next category? I love it.
Random.
the next
I
one is
love these
random.
answers and these questions.
I don't even think I'm gonna want like random, but go on.
Random?
Yeah.
Okay, so random is.
My child is writing me notes, and I have to respond.
Oh, I should look under the door to see if there's
And
any
we
notes,
didn't
'cause
set a
I heard
clock
someone tap,
again.
tap, tap.
Oh,
I have a
you
little
wanna
bit. I have a little one. I have, when we started the game, I started.
Thank you. Okay, random.
Okay. Have you been told you look like someone famous? Who was it?
Told by whom?
It
Like
doesn't
by
go into
myself?
specific- Have
No,
you
not
been
by
told?
yourself.
Not by yourself.
No, what do you mean by yourself?
Like, have I told myself, like, oh,
No, that doesn't count.
Have
not.
you been told
No, no.
look like someone famous? Who was it?
I can go first. That's easy.
Go ahead.
Somebody I work with told me I look like Kerry Washington. I don't know if that's true.
Okay, I can see it.
See
I can
that?
see it.
That's
Yes,
what I was
I can
told.
see
Kerry
it.
Washington.
I can see that.
I can see that.
Well, for myself, right? So for the
No,
for the
do not
No,
use
don't tell us
yourself.
what
Have
you
you
think.
been told by
y'all
another human
y'all don't
being?
get to tell me what to do. So for the people who are watching,
Yes.
and if you're like
Game
deep
tells
into
you.
millennials, you won't get this. But there was a time when like you had to describe to people what you look like. And this was like maybe early high school, right? End of middle school. And it's like, oh, you sound cute. What you look like? I look like
This is not the.
I've told myself that I resemble Lisa Left Eye Lopez, and I used to dress up like her. And I used to wear the bangs, right? Imagine the bangs and the little hair, right? Sometimes. Anyway, that's what I told people.
But it's not about what you told.
That's not the question.
Y'all don't get to tell me what to do.
But you're playing it wrong.
Who says it's wrong?
Playing the wrong game.
Am I not
What
a
about
person?
you, Melissa?
Am I not a woman?
Ain't
I am
I
a
a woman?
and
Ain't
I am a
I?
person, and I have told myself on a few occasions.
No, this is not.
I don't know. Hey, listen.
Whatever.
To each his own. Melissa, what you got?
This is gonna be funny. This is. I hope this is still not the case. I need to see what she looks like now. But growing up, because I don't know what she looks.
I know who you're gonna say. Go ahead.
When I was growing up, and I can see why, but I was told that I look like Blossom from the show Blossom.
Mayim Bialik.
Mayim Bialik.
She
And I
has a
have
new
a
show.
picture. I have a picture. I'm thankful for my dentist. I have a picture where my teeth do look like little chiclets. I think I sent y'all that picture on the chat because the teeth were looking real crazy growing up. And then my hair was doing its own thing. I'll share that picture. I don't care sharing embarrassing pictures of myself growing up.
I
But
love
that's who
Mayim
I was
Bialik.
told. She's hella doesn't she have like she's hella smart? Is she the one that's hella no? Is it her?
Yes, she's
She's
smart.
got
She was
like
on Big Bang Theory, right?
She has
Wasn't
like
she
a-
Sheldon's girlfriend? Yeah,
Yes,
She has
and
some type of degree.
she has some type of like serious degree.
like
That's the
astrophysics. or
face that
something.
was in my head too when you said
Yeah,
growing up.
that's what-
Literally, she
That's
has a
what-
new show.
Yeah, she has
Oh,
a new
she
show
does.
coming out now too,
Yes.
and I think they're trying to do. Are they trying to do a reboot?
Leslie Jordan is on it. Lil
Okay.
Leslie Jordan and Kyla Pratt is on it.
Ooh,
I can see
Yeah,
it
so a
though. Y'all can see it.
throwback.
from when you were little, yeah,
Yeah.
younger
Okay,
you.
I got one for you. I was waiting for to be the last because this is a case of maybe is it racial what is it when you can't identify people of different races because you're not familiar with the
Mm-hmm.
okay.
I don't know what the correct title for that would
Mhm.
be. but-
Yes,
Terminology.
there's some type of racial bias or something that is involved where you can't really. I've been told recently that I look like Leslie Jones.
What?
I love Leslie Jones.
I love Leslie Jones.
I just
Me
don't
too, but
know
you don't
that-
look like her.
Okay.
I don't think you look like Leslie
I
Jones, but
think
I
there's
love
some
Leslie
type of
Jones.
racial confusion.
I think it might be
She
in
has we have short hair.
I
we're
think it's-
black. We're loud.
funny,
Those are things like we have similar
I don't
traits,
think-
but I don't see the.
but I think I don't see it physically.
No.
I can see it
Mentally, are you
maybe in
looking
the
for a picture of
I'm
personality.
Leslie
looking
Jones?
for it. Yes, I
It is the
am. They just keep calling it the cross race effect, but it's no like
what it
fancy
is.
term. Yeah.
I don't
No.
think I look like. It's
No,
like
no, you don't.
familiarity with different types of like, right? So obviously it was somebody of another race that said that.
Leslie.
Hey, I was told I look like Leslie Jones. I'll take it. I'll take Leslie Jones' money.
And that cross race effect is funny
Her
because like
career,
growing up,
and I'll be the host of Supermarket Sweep if you want me to be.
Mhm.
I'll
like
make it happen.
have you guys ever been like hanging out with a friend who looks nothing like you, but people think that like your sisters, like, oh my gosh, are you guys twins? Like,
Yep.
no,
Yep.
no. Sharice,
I've
remember
had
that time? Remember that time we were on the plane and the lady thought I was your daughter? Sharice got so offended. We were flying in the flight attendant. She's like,
daughter?
"Oh, mother-daughter trip," and I'm like,
This was-
"Mhm."
How old were we though? Like, come on.
Honeys.
Funnies. That
And
doesn't
what-
even
and-
make any sense.
And what was her
What
racial?
kind of hairstyle you had that you was looking like her mama? I'm more concerned about your hairstyle.
I have this purse. I have my purse. And like, what?
Sharice was like, "Excuse me."
That doesn't even make any sense.
I can't. She was being ridiculous.
She
There's
was all
no
happy
way.
about it. Ooh, mother-daughter trip, and I'm like, "Yup." Like, excuse me, no.
I
not.
All
can't.
right.
That doesn't
what's
make any
what's the next category?
Actually, we picked 3 categories because we didn't know how long it would take us to answer the questions. You want to do
Let's
one
do
more?
another.
We
Let's
can
do
pull
another.
from
do
the
one
same
more.
one. We can do another
Yeah.
round.
All right. So life lessons. I'm gonna do life lessons. I
I feel like these are the deep questions.
That was
Okay.
so funny. Y'all got me laughing till I'm crying today. This is the third time this has happened. Maybe I'm just giddy. I don't know.
Describe an aha moment where you finally recognized how a past moment has shaped you.
Is that the end of the question?
Wait, what was the beginning of the
I
question?
can't remember the whole thing. This is long.
Ask
This
again.
is long. These are life lessons.
Can you
Um,
put it in the chat?
Stop.
What
They're not
is
gonna
it?
see it.
I
Ask
can't
in the chat.
listen this long.
Describe.
Let me write this down.
Live.
Describe.
Oh, describe. I can't even hear it.
Describe. I'm trying to write this in the chat.
Me
Talia's
too.
writing it.
Aha moment.
Aha moment
That's number one.
where you finally recognized how a past moment has shaped you. I got one. I don't know why I can answer these. I've been
You're
doing
really
a lot of
quick
work.
with answering these.
I've been doing a lot of work on myself.
I can
Self-reflection.
tell.
For 3 years, I've been healing.
Okay.
Like literally, where a past moment has shaped you.
Well, light us up. Come on.
All right. So again, this is relationship based. And it has to do with that first question. And it was a situation, a scenario where I felt undervalued in a relationship, or it was unbalanced or whatever. And I've been doing all these things trying to make this work, and the person says, I never asked you to do any of it.
That's big.
And I never asked you to do any of this. And in that moment, I was like, you're absolutely fucking right. And that was like a life-changing
It makes sense.
Never asked me to do any of it. What am I doing?
Yeah, it makes that.
And on that note, exit stage left.
Exit stage left. Like, you're not wrong. I can't be mad at you for giving me that. Like, you hit me like a ton of bricks.
Yeah,
never
with the
asked
truth.
you.
They hit you with the truth.
The truth. And I accepted it.
Right.
I didn't argue it.
No,
It was
because there's no
argument.
arguing that.
Right.
It's so true and accurate that there's no arguing that. Oh shit, you're right. Okay, like there's no rebuttal.
There wasn't. You can't argue with that. And I was just like, oh my God.
I do
And
see.
talk
I
about
like
learning
when Sharice
lessons.
answers, because Sharice triggers things in my mind that takes me back to an aha moment.
Oh, I've been doing work, y'all.
Because her conversation triggered something in here, and I know exactly I know a moment. And again, it's also about
isn't that great? Like, though, even though it's painful, it's simultaneously
It's
the worst
painful, but
feeling
it's
in the
so
world.
true.
Like, and then you're like, oh my God.
It's painful, but it's so
You're right.
true.
Yeah.
Painful, but so true. Also relationship related. I was talking to Peggy. Shout out to Peggy. That's
Hey,
my
Peggy.
That's my other BFF
Hey, Peggy.
that I've known also.
The lasses.
The ladies know Peggy also, so shout out to her. But she told me, and the funny thing with her is that she tells me things and she doesn't even remember that she tells me these things, because Peggy's not gray. So she hits the nail on the head very often. And one day I'm talking to her about this specific person and telling her how I feel and how that person is and how, he's doing this, and that. And then she just stops me and she's like, is this a person that you would hook up with one of your friends? Like, is this, if that person were not dating you, is this a person that you would want your friend to date? And I was like, oh my God, no. Like, it was so real, because it's like if he's not good enough for one of your friends, what's gonna make him good enough for you? And it just was like she right. Like, she's so right. And every time if I meet someone or I think about that, I go back to that, because I'm like, is this something that, is this somebody that I would want to see my friend dating? And if it's not, then why are you dating them?
Sharice, I don't
So,
know what you just put in the chat. Y'all, I wish you could see this.
what?
Well,
The
she's
question?
just putting the question in the
I had
chat that was
something in the
asked.
chat.
But
Already
wait,
asked.
wait. I gotta read it because this is a
No,
bunch of
no.
nonsense. Now y'all know what no, this is a bunch of now. How is this supposed to help me? Describe an aha moment when you finally has shaped. What?
No, that's not the question. No, that was not even the
No, you
question.
could have kept that to yourself. I'm glad I took
So
my
can I
notes.
tell you what happened?
I'm saying I wrote it down
I don't wanna
myself
hear it.
already.
Can I tell you what happened? I had partially written it, but then y'all had started writing it down, so I stopped writing it.
That
But
is-
when
the
I
word
went to
shape
actually
not even
write
in there, is
a
it?
message to you that it was very important that you needed to know,
Mm-mm.
The other one came through.
and the
The
other
other one
one
came
was
through.
still
Thank
there. The other one was still
Nonsense.
there. So that's
Nonsense.
what happened.
You're of no help to me, but thank you.
Go ahead. Answer
Thanks,
the
but no
question.
thanks.
I'm interested in Danny and Talia's answer.
Of course.
I haven't come up with mine yet.
Talia, you got
I can
yours?
tell. So for me, it's more like career related because y'all know I was going through some changes with like career and what's happening with my life. And towards the end of the first string of my career, where I ended a 15-year bid at a corporation,
Bid.
right?
Mm.
My aha moment because I was struggling with okay, is it just that I'm not doing the right things to adapt myself to this environment? Like why do I feel so much like a fish out of water? And you know how it's just like one of those moments that are like seemingly insignificant, but it's like it's like click and like I'm done.
Mm.
And we were in a meeting once and one of my you know the people who were higher on the chain than I don't like to say bosses because you're not the
Mhm.
boss of me, but someone who's higher up on
not
me
the
on the
boss
piece of
of me.
paper. She said to me, she said, I went to ask her a question and she looked at me, she's like, oh, okay, you're straight haired Talia today. Because curly haired Talia is a lot more confrontational than straight haired Talia.
What?
And I like, oh, and that was the moment. I mean, it seems silly, right? But that was the moment for me. I'm like, I don't belong here.
It don't seem
I don't
silly at
belong
all.
here because if you're gonna deal with me a certain way, depending on how my hair and why are you paying
Whether
so
I
much attention?
decided to straighten my hair or not?
And
What
you not
difference
even
is
listening,
and
then
and
you've never really been listening to me. You've only been looking at my hair that for the day. You're not
like how
listening
does
to
that
anything
make me
that's
more
said.
confrontational? And from that day, and from that day forward, I never straightened my hair again to wear to work. Even if I had it straightened for the weekend, I'm gonna curly it up on Sunday night and wear it curly if that's what you have to think about me, right? And so, and I think I forget who I think Sharice, you and I were having an off mic conversation about a friend of mine who posted like, should I straighten my hair for this job interview? Like I'm trying to do this, and you know, my response was, if this is who you are, whomever you are, if you're grappling with whether you need to present this version of yourself to these people, and it's not really who you are on a like if you by all means, if you straighten and you go curly and you do it and you do braids, whatever. But if you're like, I wear my hair curly all the time, but I'm thinking that they're not going to accept me, that's not the place for you.
Mm-mm.
That's not where you should be because you're going to
Exactly.
put yourself in a circumstance where you're constantly trying to contort yourself to fit their mold. So
Whatever standard they're trying.
Absolutely. And that goes back to my life lesson advice for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Try to find who you are. Try to find that
Early.
voice as quickly and as, you know, work on that. Because when you go out, and that speaks to your answer to that question, because when you go out in the world, you let people intrude upon your boundaries when you don't know who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those, I think that's in my 20s, that's what I spent, you know, the majority of the time, and it's wasted time.
Yeah.
You know how productive I could have been
Doing something else. Absolutely.
pushing towards the things that I love. I don't even know who I am. Like, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, I didn't even know who I was. You're wasting time trying to please other people and have their thoughts and opinions about how you should be and what you should be. And it's just really a waste of damn time.
I agree.
Danny,
And
what you
energy.
come up with? What you
Right.
come up
So
with, Danny?
for me, I don't know if I can relate it back to one particular moment that I want to discuss right here, but what I learned is that you don't have to always be who you were in the past.
Mm,
So if you feel like you're growing and maybe you're different, you don't have to, just because you used to do things a certain way or react to things a certain way, doesn't mean that's what you have to keep doing. So you can't let people's expectations of the way you're supposed to react and what, like, so the Danielle that you expect might not be the Danielle that I am now.
mm,
Mhm.
So, and you just have to deal with that because this is who I am, and I don't have to, I can grow. I'm allowed to grow.
mm.
I'm allowed to be somebody different and be where I am in my journey. Like, I shouldn't be the same person I was 10 years ago. I shouldn't be the same
Woo!
person I was 20 years ago. There are parts of me that will never change, you know,
Mhm.
but
There's
there
a
are things about me that can change, and my
Mhm.
reaction to things can change, and the way I want to do things can change. And I can't pinpoint an exact thing that made me come to it. It was a lot of different things, but realizing that I was doing things that I didn't necessarily want to be doing.
Mm.
I'm like, but
there-
I don't have to do that.
there's a Muhammad Ali quote that talks about if you're the same man that you were 30 years ago, you've wasted 30 years of your life.
Mm.
Mm.
And
Yes.
like,
Mm. Yes,
Yes.
for real.
hit it on the head, because if you're not evolving and you're not adding to the repertoire, like you're not getting knowledge and you're not seeing things, like that's what I think that, like, we talked about questions and why I want to know answers so bad. It's because honestly, I think there's something in me that needs more information so I can evolve. Like I make people feel uncomfortable sometimes with the questions that I ask, but it's not from trying to be confrontational or trying to be, it literally
It comes from
is
a place of learning.
of learning. Like, why would we, when I say, well, like, because people will get offended. Like, I'm like, well, why would we do this? And like, you know, why? No,
And you really just
like,
want to
I'm
understand.
You
like,
really just want to know why.
Help me understand. Right.
no, I really just want to know, and it makes people. I get it. Like, questions that make people uncomfortable, but it also, for me, my best successes and but the best ways for me to evolve are to ask questions. So that's why I like these games, and that's why I like it's easy for me, because I've asked
You've
myself
taken
these
some
questions.
time on yourself. You've been
Now,
doing
would you
a lot
guys
of
say,
work.
would you ladies say that that you felt like your 30s was that time of like doing like becoming so uncomfortable that you had to switch up? Like I feel and
Like,
if you talk to elders, like I feel like 20s is your time to like do like really silly like things that you're like, what was I thinking? What was I doing? And then 30s are very uncomfortable. And like it
That's
hits
pretty
you,
accurate.
right?
That's
And then
pretty
and then when
accurate.
you get to 40, you're like, I'm not doing this anymore. Like,
right. I can't, like, no, I can't, like, I can't. It's not even that you don't, it's not even that you, it's just you can't.
yeah,
Mhm.
You're starting to know yourself in
right,
such a way that
right.
I just can't do it.
Yeah, yeah.
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 All
Like,
right.
I just can't, bro.
Not I can't.
Exactly.
I'm just not. Not even I can't. I just
Right.
Well,
won't.
I
I'm
can't
just
because for my
not.
own well-being,
I
I can't.
can't do
Right.
that.
Can't.
No, I'm not doing it. I'm just
I'm not,
it's
and
gonna
I
be a no
can't.
from
I
me.
can't, and
I
I'm
think
not.
it became, I think it's like a little flow, right? I think it was like in your 20s, it was like no, and then you gave this elaborate reason why you're not doing it. In your
Reasons.
30s, you're still saying no, but you're not giving multiple reasons. And then you hit 40 and you're like, no.
No.
And there's no, you
And
don't
live
have
Yep.
with it. And
Yep.
just, you
no.
live with it. Stew
Mhm.
in it.
Yeah.
She's so difficult.
And according to
I'm not
Oprah,
difficult. I'm just not doing it.
50s are even better.
Oh, I can't wait.
Oprah said that her 50s were her best time.
But
I'm gonna
Oprah's
get
hella
it. So
rich.
that's
I
why
don't
we
know.
have to. So listen,
Oprah
this is
got
why we
mad
have
money.
to
So
stay.
I don't know. Maybe that's why.
We got to stay in shape so we can enjoy our 50s. That's
Yep.
what it is. We
Yes.
have to be in good health so we can enjoy it,
Mhm.
because no.
Yep. And speaking of good health,
Yes, yes,
let's
yes.
have some fun.
Let's have
Yes.
some
That was
That's-
to me. That was fun. You guys, that was fun for me.
It was.
This is really- no, this is really
Listen,
good.
I am sweating. Like
Me
these were difficult
That's fun.
questions.
Wait, I thought I was
You
the only
grown.
No,
one.
you're not the
Only
only
one
one.
I'm ready
But,
to open the
like,
door
I
and
didn't
get some
palms,
air.
I don't know if y'all saw me trying to air out my little.
You
my
don't
little
see me
piece.
rubbing my palms
I
and like
think it's menopause.
No,
it's not.
I think
I'm
it's
not there. I'm not there yet.
that's not
Either.
nice.
I'm not there yet.
perimenopause.
No.
Stop it. That's
No,
not nice.
nobody's menopause.
Nobody.
Perry's, Sammy's, Teddy's, nobody's menopause.
All right, let's get into the next segment of our show called Versus with Versus.
Right. So can we differentiate what the difference is?
Well, the first difference is the spelling.
Okay.
Versus.
Sis.
Sis. Hey,
Sis.
sis.
Happy Simplex 10.
Emphasis on the sis.
Stop it. And it's different because not only in the spelling, but also because y'all might want to fill in the blank. Y'all want me to just tell it?
Well, it's the same artist. We use the
Same
same
artist.
artist. We're not pitting artists against different artists.
But
So
it
you
is
know you
inspired
love.
by
It is
It is
inspired by
inspired by the Instagram
Versus.
show, sensation.
the
Versus.
Timbaland and Swiss Beats versus.
Yes.
Yes.
And so we do the same artist, just two of their bangers, and we pit them
Mhm.
against each other.
Yep.
I'm already
Melly.
feeling like, I don't
So,
know. All right.
This
okay.
week I
Now
got
your
promoted
stomach is
again. I was
hurting.
demoted and then I got my position back to picking
Wait,
the
was no
she
deal.
promoted herself.
Oh, this is
There was
also
no-
true. This is also true.
is fine. Sometimes you have to go out there and take what you want.
Melly's like, I have full autonomy. Oh yeah.
Oh my God, I've been giving
Okay.
Tommy a lot this week.
Stranger.
I'm loving it.
Stranger could do whatever she wants.
Stranger
now.
can do whatever she wants. So not only is R spelled differently, but this week I've added an accent.
Oh boy.
Sharice, come
Versus.
back.
Versus.
Okay, I added Sharice, come back. I added an accent.
And the kindergarten teacher and her had to have it to show us,
I added
right? So that we can see it.
Versus.
Okay, I added an accent.
Go
And
ahead, lady.
I'm
Come
gonna make-
on. The suspense
when I,
is killing
when I
me.
told you guys y'all were gonna be uncomfortable, that's part of the reason. But I'm gonna play with y'all the first time and we'll do it real quick. But I hope everyone here knows Daddy Yankee.
Okay.
Yankee.
Okay, so the first song is the Gasolina song,
Okay.
because that was the first one, right?
Okay.
And
Okay.
I think everybody knows the Gasolina song. And then the second
Tell me
song,
about gasolina.
Mama me canta la gasolina.
and then the second song is Rompe. So I don't know if y'all heard that one. I haven't put it up. Maybe
Okay.
y'all haven't.
I have heard it.
You have
I've
heard
heard
it.
it,
I
okay.
figured you've heard it. But yo, I'm just messing with y'all. I have a whole nother verses. I'm not gonna y'all do this Daddy
Rompe.
Yankee one.
Rompe.
I'm not
Is
gonna
my answer.
listen. I had Daddy Yankee,
Lena.
I had Mark Anthony, I had Ricky Martin.
Let's do it.
Let's
Mark
do it. Go
Anthony.
ahead.
I
Let's
be
get into it.
Do La India, because you know what my song is. Do La India. You know you had me hanging
No,
out.
ese hombre is your song.
Wait,
Yeah.
Talia, remember
Yes.
when she took us to that club
Mhm,
in the city and
mhm.
told us that it was not going to be all Spanish
Uh-huh.
music?
Uh-huh.
Remember that lie she
She
told? What was the
did,
name of the
she
club? Because we
did.
should have known better. What was the name of the club, Melly?
I forget.
Where Latin quarters? Was it Latin? It might
No,
have
it
been.
wasn't the
Latin
Latin Quarter.
But it's definitely the name told us what it was going to be.
And
but
we
you
were
lied to us
side-eyeing the
anyway.
whole ride into the city. And we kept asking, like, you sure? And she said, yeah, they play hip. It's like a mix. It's a mix.
I
There was
usually
no
went
mix.
to play. It was all Spanish. Where did I take y'all?
Yes.
I don't remember the
I don't
name
remember
of
the
it.
The
name of the
Copacabana?
No.
No, it wasn't Copas. It wasn't Copas.
It wasn't
I forget.
Copas?
Whatever it
Mm-mm.
was, we should have known better. But you told us
I
it was
said
going to be a mix, and it was not. But
I
I'm
took
picking
y'all the wrong
Gasolina anyway.
I'm gonna pick Gasolina too. I feel like
I would as well.
that was his crossover hit. But that wasn't. I was just messing with y'all. I do have.
Okay. Go
I have
ahead.
so I decided to go with, because if you know me, you know I like the 90s R&B. So I decided to go with Jodeci.
Uh,
Okay.
And I'm going with either Fiendin' or freaking you?
Mm. Every time I close my eyes.
I wake up in the morning.
I can get you out of my mind.
Or I can't leave you alone. You got me feeling
The auto tunes in
that
the
I'm
back.
feeling for you. I don't ever
Oh, yeah.
mind.
That's the part that does it for me.
That's
Fiendin'.
the part. That's the part that does it
Feeling.
for me too.
I
That's
got
why I
it when I'm so
sang it.
strung
Feeling.
out.
Yeah.
All I do is think for you.
So
Tomorrow. You're not
Yeah, feeling.
here. Okay.
Danny, what say you?
It's
feeling for
fiending.
me.
I like them both, but
I like them both, but it's feeling for me.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
at the end of every freaking night.
I know.
Every freaking night,
I know.
I feel like that's the
Oh,
same
freaking
ending with the
tight.
Mariah song where you just want to keep singing it and singing it and singing it.
Like that whole CD was banging. The one with freaking you, and that had like sweaty on it. It had
I wanna love you.
yeah.
I wanna love you.
I did, and I couldn't
I
choose. I was a lot of
believe in
Joda. Like I
love.
couldn't choose between the songs. I'm gonna pick Fiend and
Need in
Tanny.
love. So
Did everybody
let's
pick?
Yeah,
ride
I said fiending.
Yeah.
on and on and on
Until the break of dawn.
Yeah, that was I want to say
I
Jodeci.
believe in
love.
love. Whatever that song is, what about us?
I'm gonna need a love. I think it's called I'm gonna need a love. I'm gonna listen to that today.
Remember that?
And then like the haunting piano in the back.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah,
What was your choice, Melly?
I did. I said Fiendin'
Okay.
because of the way the other, the way he come in.
Yeah,
I say, what about us?
that's not
That's
on.
not on there.
And I don't even know that that's the name of the song.
Trump's off.
It is. It is. What
is,
about us?
okay.
What about us?
It is, but it's not one of the options.
I was gonna name it something else anyway. I was gonna call it I'm gonna
Can
need
you
it to love.
feel? Can you feel me, baby?
Satisfaction
us?
guaranteed.
I,
If you come and get with me.
girl, I get down on my knees.
What about us?
That's not on the list. It's not on
That's
the
not on the list. But I did have two other ones. But we'll
Okay.
just see along.
God.
We got time?
Do one more.
We'll make time. Let's
We'll
do
make
it.
time for
It's
yeah.
still Jodeci.
Oh,
What about us?
double. Is
Double
What About Us?
Jodeci. Because I
What
couldn't
About Us?
decide. No,
Okay.
it's Come and Talk to Me,
Okay.
the remix.
Okay, because I was gonna ask. I
With,
want to
It
know.
has to be a
With
remix.
Love You for Life.
Love
Is
You
that a
for Life.
Jodeci song? Love You
What?
for Life.
It is.
It
I
is.
thought it was the
Absolutely is.
KC JoJo.
Love You for Life.
No, it's a Jodeci.
For me, Love You for Life.
Really?
Love you
Yeah,
for
it just makes me feel so good.
Talk
life.
to
Your
me.
love is
Do you believe?
Come and talk to me.
Come and talk to me.
Come and Talk to Me because of the remix.
The remix. So in the remix, can I tell you that
I
in
love the
high
remix.
school,
Call you
I
my
was in
honey
a
bun.
high school sorority called the Kappa Phi Cuties.
Begging and pleading.
And
telling you I
we
want some.
we did a step show at Essex County College.
I was there.
Okay.
And
And
when-
this
that's
was-
where I met Wendy Williams.
That's where you met Wendy Williams. And we took home the trophy. We had such a bomb routine to that song. And like when the beat came
Yeah.
in and we just like boom, 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 right? And
was
we had a
lit.
little combat boots on. We had our jackets. Like it was fun.
The
So
remix
that-
was dope. That's why I decided.
And I don't think I
that's why
talked to you at that
specifically
event
said-
either. I told you, like, Talia, like, I would have never talked to you at that, like, at all.
Sharice, you didn't talk to me because I was backstage and didn't know you were there. Like we were in a separate part.
Like,
But when I saw
wasn't
you
like,
win,
I know her. It wasn't even like that. It's still what I'm telling you.
Uh-oh.
You were big time.
Big time. I still have my trophy downstairs, by the way.
Aw.
You were well deserved. I was
And
there.
my jacket. My jacket is in my closet. I
was
may
there,
wear
and
it
I
one
won
day.
Jodeci tickets, by the way. That's what it
Yeah.
was.
You did.
I did.
I
Oh,
remember
you want
that.
Jodeci tickets at that show?
Because
Yeah.
she won it, and then I think didn't Wendy tell you to call in or
Yep.
something at a certain time? I remember
Yep.
the story. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Look at how Jodeci all tied together.
Brought us together.
Mm-hmm.
Look at
Yeah.
that.
Well,
Weren't
I
good choices. I'm happy
thoroughly
I liked it.
enjoyed this episode.
It was fun.
This
It
was
was
Always
really
good
fun.
times. Always
okay,
good
and
times.
like-
time with you ladies.
Yeah.
We have more questions to answer, so
We'll
We
get
can
back
do
to
it again. We can do it
We'll
again.
do it
Yes, we
again.
can revisit it.
Before we
can
go
revisit
though,
this.
can we just give a quick shout out? Can we do that before we
yes,
wrap
to
up?
the coup.
Yeah.
Shout out to the coup.
No,
No.
Oh,
no, not the cool.
Not that
So just real quick, hey everybody, I just want to thank all of the folks who've been following us and who've been hitting us up saying, "Oh, when's the next episode coming?" Right? We really appreciate your support, and we just ask that you follow, tell your friends to follow, share it, like, subscribe, do all of that stuff, and keep checking us out. We appreciate it. And also in the comments, if you all want us to talk about anything, or if you have any versus suggestions, right? We'd be willing to questions that you want us to answer, concerns, anything, right? Hit us
Just
up
put it.
online, because like it's just
We're not
us. Like
afraid
it's
to get
nobody else
questions.
manning this for us. You're interacting with us directly. So let us know and check us out. So I just wanted to say, like, thank you. All right.
thank you.
Thank
Everybody listening and watching.
Yay.
Get your Coup Clothes. Get your
I'm
Coup-
getting
it's
mine.
getting hot outside. It's getting hot out there. It's getting
Ready.
hot.
I'm ready.
I'm not cooing anything. I'll be in my home.
I just
I'll
want
be
the
in-
shirt.
I'm
I just want
ready.
the shirt.
I'll be in my home lighting candles and reading Toni Morrison. No,
Yeah, I won't
thank
be
you.
out. I won't be,
Get your
No,
Coup Clothes.
I won't be out in those streets.
The block is hot. Ask Elizabeth from Knoxville, Tennessee. The block is hot.
I
It's
got
a
that.
revolution.
Amazed.
I got my Coup Clothes. Bye,
Girl,
y'all.
no.